outside of him being an absolute body snatcher.
He was throwing some savage.
He's got that chin down. He can take a punch, and my God,
uppercut continues to land. There's a perfect straight right hand.
can he give it?
Fight fans, welcome back. Everyone loves a showdown between the best fighters our sport has to offer. That's why a clash between two men in their peak years, chasing their own respective versions of fistic glory, is so enticing to boxing viewers around the globe. Saul Canelo Alvarez, a Mexican legend, intent on enhancing an already glowing boxing legacy that has seen him win world titles across 4 weight classes. Callum Smith, a dangerous, undefeated puncher from the UK, waiting patiently for a big opportunity that would define his own career. Both men do their talking in the ring. Size and styles will contrast when these no-nonsense boxing talents collide, and Saul Alvarez and Callum Smith finally meet. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation. Sitting around the top of any credible pound-for-pound list, Canelo is adding names to his resume while traversing the weight classes in search of tough tests and bold new challenges. In his most recent outing, the 30-year-old was seen breaking down and knocking out feared Russian puncher Sergey Kovalev up at light heavyweight.
Tall, winging with that hook and that glancing blow on that jab from Kovalev. Good jab there by Canelo. Kovalev's not even continuing to do. Here it is. Kovalev's hurt. Kovalev's down. Kovalev's out. It's over.
Thanks for fight, Canelo. Big respect to him. He makes history,
Moving from a 175-pound banger to a sharpshooting 168-pound mover is all par for the course. Since looking mechanical and predictable in his only defeat so far,
yeah, we heating up now, baby. Yeah, I'm at the top of my game. It's only Christ to blame. We know the reason you came. Diamonds and dollars and chains. How about you? Sit back. I got this. Just put a little bit more relax. Relax. Look at the track, I've been running that. Hit up the squad and we run it back. Move with the ball like a running back. Ain't gotta ask where my brothers at.
Canelo has honed his craft to cater for all styles. Unable to crank up the pace against Money May when it really mattered, he can now shift gears and break down an opponent when the situation demands. Sharpened under the tutelage of coach Eddie Reynoso, boxing's most prodigious A-side enters with the odds stacked in his favor and is one of the sport's toughest men to defeat. The opponent tasked with upsetting those odds has yet to fight on a stage that many, including promoter Eddie Hearn, believe has long been set for his arrival.
My focus is to deliver Callum Smith this dream opportunity to go and fight one of the pound-for-pound greats.
Smith's biggest win to date came on 28 September 2018 when he defeated George Groves in the super middleweight final of the World Boxing Super Series.
Cautious start by both boxers, each man looking to establish the jab, and then jab success as well, and the two men coming together now, right-hand success from Smith. Line of Callum Smith, but he didn't complain, and now Callum Smith is looking to tee off. He's got a minute and 14 seconds to survive.
After waiting so long for a shot at world honors, the WBA super title success finally pushed Smith onto a level many believe he should have aspired to long before that mellow evening in Saudi Arabia.
It's been a long time coming, this world title shot for Callum Smith, but patience is a virtue, and his patience has been rewarded.
And now, the Liverpool fighter has the daunting shape of Canelo in his eyeline. Despite being a hefty underdog, as Tyson Fury showed in his rematch with Deontay Wilder, when the boxing lights shine down on center stage, expectations can be swiftly destroyed.
He's landed it, but he didn't land it quite like that. That's the shot he wanted. That's the result he wanted.
They ain't believe me, they thought I couldn't achieve it. They ain't want to see the boy reach greatness. Oh, no. Straight from the bottom, and I made it to the top. Gotta win every day, so I take it. Yeah.
A tall, strong puncher like Smith, who enters any fight with an intimidating frame at 168.
He's got freakish power. Look at the size of him.
This is a young, strong super middleweight who's getting better and better, who's becoming more confident in himself.
Will look to banish the ghosts of previous UK contemporaries who have tried to outmaneuver the masterful Mexican. Despite his speed and skills, Amir Khan was brutally evaporated with a right hand. Former Callum Smith victim Rocky Fielding was scythed down to the body with a minimum of fuss.
The ref's going to wave this fight over. Big body shot. He almost goes down. It is over.
Callum's brother Liam was relieved of his WBO world title as Canelo delighted his own staunch fan base in a Texas stadium.
Is Canelo a 154-pound fighter with middleweight punching power?
Maybe even light heavyweight, Jim.
Well, this is why people are so anxious. Here's knockdown number 3.
That's enough.
Like 50 other victims, none of those talented, competent combatants were able to defeat Canelo. Such is the task facing Callum Smith to see out 2020. Even though Canelo started his career off at welterweight, aged just 15, he has grown to an impressive physical presence. Smith, meanwhile, presents an awkward height and reach conundrum that Canelo will have to solve. A key part of his strategy will most likely include the same chilling body attacks that finished off Callum's brother Liam. At 30 years of age, many believe Smith's future lies firmly at light heavyweight, yet he continues to make the 168-pound weight limit. With 27 wins, including 19 knockouts under his belt, Smith has risen to every challenge. He was, however, deemed by some to be slightly fortunate to grab a points victory over John Ryder in his most recent outing, and has never boxed anywhere near the class of a Canelo before. The Guadalajara native has 15 years and over 400 rounds of hardened ring experience. Both men boast a high-level boxing ability. Canelo brings superb head movement to the table, along with ring IQ, an ability to manage rounds and fights, plus a punch that has traveled up the divisions. Smith will need to display a stellar chin to help absorb those crunching blows. He will need to take center ring, hammer out a strong, dominant jab in 2s and 3s, and show Canelo that he is a world champion and a man worthy of respect. A reputed puncher with 8 years of professional experience and a solid amateur grounding in the bank, Mundo has assets of his own. Smith will be hoping his heavy hands can send an early message to Canelo that there is a price to be paid for moving into range and working inside. Something Rocky Fielding was never able to achieve. Callum may enjoy success early, but Canelo will enjoy chipping away at the inviting torso of his significantly taller opponent. If the bout enters the latter stages, that is where Canelo switches on and starts using the knowledge he has accumulated on his prey. Smith will try to utilize his strengths, confidently stick to a game plan devised by trainer Joe Gallagher, and eradicate any mid-fight lapses in focus or motivation that have occurred in the past. His jab, distance, and concentration must be on point for no less than 12 rounds if he is to stop the Canelo steam train. One of Smith's many problems will be trying to make a dent in the man who has stood up to bombs from the likes of Triple G and the Crusher. Alvarez has come across all manner of styles, from fast-handed lefties to heavy-handed brawlers. Putting aside the exceptionally peerless Mayweather, plus a nondescript early career draw, this multi-weight champion has eventually found a way past them all. Canelo's solid chin, intelligent pressure, and propensity to remain tactically versatile has enabled him to turn unfavorable situations around, most notable in the Triple G rematch. The sparkling lights of Las Vegas may well be swapped for a sterile bubble, but box office Canelo always lights up the stage regardless of how many seats are filled. It is hoped that Smith comes fully prepared to spring the upset and leaves nothing in the ring on fight night. Canelo has been boxing for half of his life. As the body grows older and niggling injuries become more frequent, there is always a chance that somebody at some point will catch him at just the right time. If Callum Smith can avoid the big shots and land enough of his own firepower in return, then things could get interesting very quickly. Consistently winning rounds in the eyes of the three people that matter may prove an entirely more demanding proposition. Pride and legacy are on the line in this exciting matchup. When Pencil first stepped into the ring, many folks missed the point, but he soon made a name for himself, drawing out fights and then erasing his opponents. He continues to improve, getting the let out and chalking up victory after victory. But many question how hardened this fighter has become. Is he to be or not to be? No matter how sketchy, we'll do our best to make our mark in a Motivedia presentation.